You are watching Access LaPorte County, Channel 97. Coming up next is the August 18th meeting for the Michigan City Port Authority Commission. You can find more information for this meeting by visiting www.accesslaportecounty.org.
Welcome to the Michigan City Port Authority Board of Directors meeting, August 18th. Call the meeting to order, and I'm looking for approval or corrections to August 4th, 2025 meeting minutes.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, comments from public? Nice to have you. Reports from our harbor master, Mr. Frame.
All right. Well, at this point in the season, we're just kind of winding down. There's only one more main event coming up. That would be Labor Day weekend. So we're likely to be busy, but there's really nothing directly involving us other than a little bit of traffic control. We have 4 more of our scheduled summer package pump outs to do. I think the total this year, the way the calendar fell, was 16. So we've done 12 already. And other than that, I'll just answer anybody's questions because everything else is normal.
The only question I got is how's the bird caller deal doing?
Well, I've had more people tell me they think it's helping than tell me they don't think it's helping. But it's a combination of things, right? So the bird caller is working.
I walked by it and heard the noise that it makes and stuff.
Yeah, I was wondering today if we shouldn't make it a little bit louder. Most of the people in that area say it appears that there's fewer birds, right?
Okay.
But we're open to suggestions on how, because you kind of need a multi-pronged approach, right? But so far, I haven't heard anything completely negative about it. So,
Good.
Yeah.
Anything else from Mr. Frank? All right. Reports from the Assistant Harbor Master Administration, Mrs. Porky.
The only thing I have tonight is the winter storage rates that you were sent, and I also passed them out. Ms. Lewa had one question on the forklift seasonal and non-seasonal. And we tried to come to that to one rate. We only do about 8 of them a year. So instead of one for our customers and one for our non-customers, that we just kind of met in the middle of $75. Just trying to streamline instead of all these little different things. And I said there's only about 8 of them, 8 times a year that we use that line item.
I have a question. Are they the same in our budget this year as they were last year? The winter storage rates.
We changed things last year.
No, we didn't change winter last year.
You did?
No. Winter were the same as they were the year before.
Okay, we're adjusting these.
Thank you.
Okay, a motion to accept the new rate changes for winter storages and winter outages, and I'll make a
Winter
motion.
storage rates.
I'll make a motion. Second.
Comments, any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Nothing else?
That's it.
Good. Anything else from Mr. Ferguson? Ms. Lippy?
Somebody approached me once again about the boat auction. They're interested in one of them, and they know what's going on in the auction block. Do we have any idea?
No, we just have to wait for everything to come through, but if you let me know who it is, then when we do it, I can let them know.
Okay.
As long as there's only a few people that want to do that want to know.
Yeah, are we close to?
We'll put public notice
Yeah,
on
we'll
it
put
too.
me in public notice, I'll let you know.
No, there's nothing fast about this. Right. It's a grind. It's a government grind, and when somebody feels like finally getting that paperwork done and sent back to us, they will. But that's the way it's always been.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do that. Pass it. That's all.
Just like mechanic lanes on cars. It's a slow grind. You just gotta wait for the time. But once it's all done, then we're in the clear. We can do what we want.
And if it's out of state, it's
even more.
Even more.
All right, reports, committees, budget and financial oversight, review approval of bills to be paid by Mr. Ferguson.
We got the bills in front of us, and then I had just a couple minutes of comments after that on next year's budget a little bit. So you see on the front page, we're looking at the items listed. There are 140,702, plus another 4,200 on the second and third page, which is pretty minor stuff. So we go down this page rather quickly. We got top of the page there on petroleum, 65,900 plus. And we've got repairing the hoist, 23,745. Questions on that we'll take afterwards. How's that? Obviously, here's the water department, water and sanitation, close to normal bill this time of year. Coming down, trash, security, more security, and NIPSCO bill, as Mary Ann and I mentioned last time, the NIPSCO bills are going to be running high. We're getting the bills from late June and all of July probably in this one. So they're heavy, and we planned for a good deal of it, but not that much. Coming down a little farther, we got some plumbing repairs, tires for forklift. Make note of that if we have questions on that also. Weir is, that's not Weir, that's the name of the company. That's repairs for forklift. Right, repairs on forklift. So we've got a lot in there today. Plus you can see the merchant services in there also. So take a look at the back pages at your leisure. But I'll make a motion to pay, to accept this as stated for $144,995.39.
I'll second his motion.
I will say on that train one, these guys did a lot of work to make sure that got done properly. They sent quotes back to us, not completing, they did a checklist of things needed, then they didn't quote it to us. So they took them a couple of weeks just to get the quote right, so we made sure the crane is gonna be properly maintained. So yeah, it's expensive, but that's an expensive piece of machinery. I'd rather keep it maintained than try to build another one, so.
Is that the mic jack type?
No, the boat hoist.
The travel lift one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I call the same thing, just no company. Yeah.
So anyone else have any comments?
Just out of curiosity, what did we have to repair plumbing?
Plumbing, yeah.
800.
Right, so we lost both the control boards and the gas valves on both of the water heaters at the North Bathhouse. After a week ago, Monday, NIPSCO issue, they had a transformer issue, I think out off of Royal Road. It took one leg of the electric out, and that canceled out the control boards on the water heaters down here.
Gotcha.
It also affected air conditioner over here in the maintenance building. And luckily, this time it did not appear to affect our fish grinder. I
Wow.
think it was because nobody was using it at the time.
With the AC, does it have to be replaced, or is it just?
No, I think that was something simple, because they had it back up going pretty quick.
Is
I
this,
don't know if it was just a fuse or what on the air conditioner.
with these items, is this something we can make note of, keep in our files? And if there's other things that crop up based around these dates, a potential insurance claim down the road if there's something major?
I would think so, yeah.
Okay.
How much you think that would be covered by insurance? Just,
Power surge?
Power surges, yeah.
oh, excuse me, I was back on
No.
something different. I was back on the crane repairs and stuff. No, I
I think
understand.
it might be, I don't know, it just depends to the level and what the deductible would look like and all that kind of stuff.
Everybody else set? All in favor?
Just one other comment I'd like to make for planning for next year. Mary Ann, the staff, and I've been kind of looking over next year. What we're looking at is expenses that we're getting a little out of hand versus what we've planned for, and then looking at what we also what we want to do to keep our capital program involved so that we can still slowly build up money to take care of projects as they come out. So we're just looking at stuff, and some of these expenditures, particularly for this merchant services stuff, that's a number that we talk about every 2 weeks. Nickel dime stuff that credit card charges we get tagged for. Last year we paid about $65,000 for that. That's like equivalent to a 3% increase in the, or 4% increase in the slip level. So.
You do know that most places charge for credit card use.
Yeah,
That's something we might want to look into.
that's what I'm doing. I'm throwing this stuff out just so when we talk about next year's budget planning, which we'll do is approve, just want you to know that things are going up that we hadn't seen coming up, and that, thank you. And that don't be surprised if we see some increases that not are shocking, but are different than maybe what we've expected. And I'll keep Mary Ann and I and staff, keep you all updated. Yes, sir.
Let me read this. I got this from you, Sam, as a matter of fact. Just like in restaurants, we often are charged a service charge, 2 or 3%, for the privilege of using our own credit cards. The same is true for the Port Authority. Slip holders often will use their credit cards for gas or even slip rentals. We get hit for paying the service charge of that transaction. But unlike the restaurant example, we do not charge for customers the 2 or 3% cost. We eat it. This could end up costing us $20,000 or more, and I think it's even higher than that.
Yeah, after we got into the details.
Yes. I would like to make a motion now for next year, starting next year, that we put that 2 to 3% cost onto the slip holders so we don't have to eat that cost. That's a lot of money that we're spending.
Perhaps another way to do that would be to let the staff decide how many people and who they are to actually use their credit card, and maybe tag it that way versus just hitting everybody. I don't know. I would.
Well, that's the point. Is if you use a credit card, you're gonna get the 3% charge. If you don't, if you write a check or bring us cash, then you don't.
So I'm not too sure putting it real firm it up right now is the best way to do that. We might look at it a different way later on. I agree with you. We've got to start bringing money in for people that are using.
Well, how different can we look at it? I mean, if you use a credit card, we have to pay that.
Right.
So how different?
Okay, we can, yeah. Well, I thought you were talking about putting it on slip rate right away.
No,
Versus
that's credit card use. Credit card use.
Yeah,
Just
just credit card usage, yes.
Yeah.
But the motion was to put it on the slip rates. And I don't think that's the direction we want to go right
You
now.
say credit card use.
Credit card use.
Yeah, credit card use, yeah.
Anyway, that's a motion that I made starting next year.
I agree, but since I don't think I should be seconding that, since I'm going to bring this up to him.
You're not looking at a percentage of this, you're just saying,
Well, we'd have to probably
yeah,
come up with.
Well, whatever the percentage is, it's, and that depends on the credit card itself.
Right.
Some credit cards, some credit cards have more, and some
By the
credit
time
cards.
Okay.
Pride takes a little,
I mean, we're making a mountain out of a molehill here. It says what it says. Whatever the credit card charge is, we put that on onto the voters.
Do we know what the rate is when we take the card?
No.
Not exactly.
We would have to, I think, just my opinion, we'd have to come up with an average
Yeah.
percentage. And if one card's less and one card's higher, we find a happy medium that kind of covers our fees, and everybody gets charged that same amount no matter what kind of card they use.
That's the next one, because we're talking next year, so.
Right, but if we set the, let's say the average is 2.5%, but somebody's using a card that's 1%, they're not gonna wanna pay 2.5%.
Well,
That's exactly right.
Well, that's why we got the card.
They got the 1% card for a reason.
Well, when I go to a restaurant and they're charging fees, I get like a 3 or a 3.2%.
yeah, it's one fee.
Whether or not I'm using this card or that card.
Right,
correct.
And I don't think we could
I have another comment to this whole
go
thing.
that deep, Joe.
I think certainly we could charge for the percentage to slip holders on whatever they're paying for. However, I would not recommend that we charge a additional surcharge credit card fee on fuel purchasing. I don't think we should do it on that. I think on fuel,
Why?
gas stock purchasing. Well, you're not getting charged a credit card fee at a gas station when you fill up your car and those sorts of instances. Go ahead.
Our credit card fee is already taken care of, that we charge so much a gallon over what we pay for, and that was like, when we started this, to include that credit card fee
There's
to
an offset
offset it for the fuel.
There's a percentage there for everything?
Yeah, well, no, not for everything.
It's built into the markup of the fuel?
Yes,
Okay.
it's built into it. Because of all the equipment that we had to have to use the credit cards when we started this kind of system, instead of just a person out there being there, that was built in.
But why are we still paying as much as $60,000 a year?
This is for the slip fees, overnight rentals, winter storage, the other things. It's not for the fuel dock.
Service down at the Trail Creek.
Sure.
Whatever.
You can have the machine, the credit card machine, distinguish different credit cards by value.
There are different percentages, yeah?
None of that, not that I'm aware of.
Not the surcharge, they're not set up, they're not set
The
up
surcharge is the same for.
flat, it's a
Yeah,
flat surcharge.
Yeah. But as far as like the different credit cards, not that I'm aware of.
Okay.
Yeah, most card dealerships 3%.
Yeah.
I think it'd be best to have the staff research this, plus any other comments we have, and come up with a plan before we lock something in.
We can mark it, we can take
It's
this
all for next year anyway, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So we do a little bit more research instead of just running into it, I guess. But most likely we're gonna find it's 3%.
Well, can we table it for now and we'll just come back to it and make it so that we have a resolution before January 1 of next year?
We don't have a second.
I'd like to have it next week.
Well, that's fine too. Sure.
I don't want to prolong it, there's other stuff that has to happen.
Come up with something for the next meeting.
Okay.
I think we're in agreement,
It needs to be done.
something needs to be done. Whether or not it can be taken care of here in the next couple of minutes, I don't think so. I think it'd be best to
Make sure Joe pushes it over.
Too.
Okay with it too.
Yeah, we probably have notice requirements, we probably have to post conspicuously that we charge whatever the fee is going to be. And then again, people who have, say, a card that charges them 1% are gonna be really upset to pay 3%.
Then write a check.
I still don't get it. I don't know why we gotta put an absolute 3% on it. Why couldn't we just put whatever their credit card charges them, whether it's 1%, 2%, 3%?
But we don't know.
We don't know what
We
it
don't
is.
know what it is until we get the statement at the end of the month. Like, I don't know if yours is different
Yeah,
than Danny's,
that's true.
Danny and
That's
Joe.
Yeah, I never thought of it that way.
That's why I asked if the machine, credit card machine would know.
Yeah,
It's a master charge, whatever, and that's like.
It just knows to add 3%. or 2%, whatever you set up, that's all it knows to do. To offset the customer, we don't know.
I thought we got hit on gas also, but I'm corrected here.
Yeah.
Because I even said that to you, my note to you, I said gas, but it's not.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong, we pay a credit card fee for the gas transactions, correct?
Yeah.
Right. However, we have it already built into the price per gallon at the pump.
Yes,
So we're paying that fee monthly or whenever we're paying these EFT fees. However, it's just, we've got it built into our number already. We know that 100%.
I'd like to see that. I'd like to see that. Send me that if you got it.
The breakdown.
we'll break down,
The
I
breakdown.
have to go back through the minutes when we first started. It's gonna take me a while to find it though.
How long's a while?
Well, I think it's back with Mr. Baldwin.
But I don't need all of those. You know,
I mean, but that would be the policy that we're following.
okay.
But we probably want to review the policy anyways. Not a bad time to do it.
So the policy is essentially cost plus X, right? And just X takes into account a credit card charge, and then perhaps whatever maintenance
Yes,
is devoted annually.
yes.
I'd be interested to see.
Bag of spaghetti.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Which is why, when you asked the question a couple of weeks ago, I said, yeah, that's worth digging into it, and we dug into it better. And the answer we had is what I gave you, and I'm just kind of reporting on that, how expensive that really is. That's just not a couple $1,000s a month. It's a couple $1,000s every 2 weeks times, times 26 pay periods. And then look at all of last year, that stuff that's a high number.
It's a lot of money.
Yeah, it is. Particularly when we're trying to be very cautious on how we raise things. So. But anyway, that's all I have.
All right. Anything else from Mr. First?
You are gonna put that on,
Table?
yeah, you are gonna table that, right? Put it under table,
Yeah, that's not something we'll forget.
table subjects.
All right, Mr. Haynes,
I think we have to vote on that,
To table it?
to put it on the table, yes. I'd like to make a motion that we table that.
I'll second the motion.
all in favor?
Aye.
Perfect. All right, then moving on, Mr. Haynes is not in, court operation, personnel, and agreement policy, pretty much status quo. Haven't had anything excitement or anything out of the ordinary, so most of the kids are going back to school, so our staffing is dwindling down.
Did you lose almost everybody?
A high percentage.
90-some%.
Mary Ann pumping gas?
Almost. On Tuesday.
That's next week.
Only on Tuesday. All right, Mr. Messina, Board of Communications Special Events.
I really have no report, maybe a few questions, I would ask Mr. Haynes on insurance with the pavilion now. Do we have enough coverage on that currently, if we start leasing it out or renting it out by, or do we need to look into that?
I can interject. I sent Charlie Keene an email today asking him if he could suggest some coverage rates for people that are going to use the pavilion. And I also pointed out to him that we're no longer leasing it to the yacht club and questioning, is it covered under our policy now? So I have not heard back from him yet, but I did raise that.
Okay, well, I guess that was kind of my question. Have we found or talked to any kind of contractor about flooring?
Not yet.
Okay.
It's on my to-do list.
Okay. That's all I have, unless somebody has a question.
Nope.
Perch, anything going on with perch? Nothing going on with perch, storm a couple weeks ago, kind of disappeared, we're not even sure where. Water temperature is now starting to settle down again, thermoclines are coming back, temperatures down deeper water is starting to cool down, so I feel within a week and a half, they'll be back again. Do well again.
All right.
All right, Mr. Manor, Master Planning, Special Projects, and Park Development.
I have nothing to report.
Mr. Cypress, Advertising, Public Relations.
I have nothing to report either.
Mr. Zachman, an Attorney Report.
Last week, I circulated the near final draft of the pavilion license agreement. In response to a concern that Mrs. Palicki raised about the language regarding parking, I drafted some new language. I think I circulated that to everyone. It's basically, parking is available, but it's not exclusive. Others are going to be using the parking. Here's a map of where you can park, which will be available when somebody enters into a license agreement for the pavilion. Likewise, as I just mentioned, I asked Charlie Keene to suggest some coverage limits that we want to include in, and I raised the issue about, are we covered for the pavilion? And that's all I have.
Do we, the licensing agreement, do we need to approve the changes that you made on parking? Was that?
Well, I circulated that language. I think what we'll do, I certainly expect to hear, I didn't hear from Charlie today, but I'm certain, unless he's on vacation, I'll hear from him soon, and also I'll plug in the amounts, and then it'll be ready to be presented to the board for an up or down vote.
Good.
I think there was a function last weekend that was held in our pavilion. There's two coming up soon that are being advertised. So if we don't have a contract ready, we're going to be losing out on some revenue.
What function was held last week?
Yacht Club had a tequila tasting and a balloon, not balloon, but beanbag contest and stuff. That was all held inside the pavilion. And like I said, we got two more coming up. That I know.
Were we aware of them then? Okay.
Yeah. Had to get through this year so we can move on.
Okay.
Any new business anyone want to bring up? Old business, good, we have tabled. Thanks for making it, Mr. Good.
Thank you.
Anybody else have anything?
I'll make a motion, we adjourn.
Got a motion to adjourn.
Every time.